This is not a dream.
No.
This is not a dream. This is not a dream. This is not a dream. This is not a dream.
It's over. This Komodo dragon has been choked to death by its own food, all because of its greed. Confident it had a bottomless stomach like a septic tank, the Komodo dragon was never a picky eater. Anything with meat, as long as it wasn't feces, was on its menu. It even swallowed a live, wiggling 800-volt electric eel, and although it foamed at the mouth from the electric shock, it was no problem. It would simply return and continue its food search. The Komodo dragon's philosophy was simple. Either it was eating, or it was on its way to find food. Today's meal? An unlucky goat. And let me tell you, a Komodo doesn't eat slowly, doesn't chew, and doesn't even need a fork or spoon. It just walks up to the table, opens its wide mouth, and swallows the goat in one gulp. A simple but incredibly effective way of eating. In just a few seconds, the goat was completely gone without a last word. The rest was left for this beast's stomach acid, which could digest anything, to handle. But that was just the appetizer. The Komodo dragon continued to wander in search of its next meal. This time it found a wild boar that had been dead for several days, covered in flies, and smelling 100 times worse than your last bout of diarrhea. But it didn't care. As long as it was meat, it would eat. No mask needed, no investigation. It just walked straight up, opened its wide mouth, and started to swallow. But this time, things didn't go as smoothly as it imagined. Because this boar had an oversized head, and as the Komodo dragon tried to swallow it, the boar's head became completely stuck in its throat. And what was worse, it couldn't swallow it down or cough it up. It was completely lodged in its throat, with no way to get it out. 30 minutes passed, and nothing had changed. The Komodo dragon just lay there, getting weaker, its eyes half closed, breathing heavily as if on the verge of exhaustion. And if nothing changes, next year will be aggressive venomous snakes are lunging at each other, fighting for a mate. Imagine two living ropes twisted into a knot with continuous venomous bites. It's a literal fight to the death. Although the scene looks dangerous, it's actually not safe at all. The photographer is completely shocked, and even a nearby leopard is left gaping. Both snakes are panting, but after just a few short seconds, they lunge at each other again for round two. There is no fear, just utter chaos. And the craziest part is, the loser could literally be swallowed alive. But just at the most intense moment, both snakes suddenly freeze, observing their surroundings and discovering the photographer watching and recording without asking for permission first. This makes them unhappy because if this video goes viral on TikTok, they should at least get a share of the image royalties. So, they separate and lunge into the grass, leaving the cameraman stunned and the leopard and viewers furious because they just wasted 60 seconds watching a fight with no conclusion. This lioness, mimicking a hyena, had given up hunting to become a full-time robber. Every time a leopard had fresh meat, she would show up on time, snatch the food, and leave as if she owned the place. To keep its food safe from predators, the leopard dragged the animal, which was heavier than itself, 20 feet up a tall tree. It thought it was safe. Well, almost. The hyenas were completely helpless as they watched this. But what about the lioness? Nope. She decided that climbing trees was now part of her repertoire of skills. She climbed up, right to the leopard's headquarters, and roared. The leopard saw her and said, "Okay, take it, just don't eat me." The lioness, having tasted the sweet life of easy meals, had become lazy and was losing her hunting skills. But this time, she took one wrong step and fell. And she likely won't get another chance to rob any cobra as if it were an oversized hot pasta noodle, swallowing a black mamba like it's hot string cheese. This guy treats venom like we treat hot Cheetos. Meet the honey badger, aka the thug with venom resistance. Snake bites him, he shrugs, takes a nap, wakes up like nothing happened, and comes back swinging harder. While other animals fear cobras like fearing ghosts, the honey badger just sees them as free snacks. No wonder leopards lose their cool facing him. They're shaking like chihuahuas at a thunderstorm. The honey badger's motto is simple: life or death, don't care. You want smoke? Let's go. Leopards try ambush tactics, sneak attacks, grapples, and still can't scratch him. He stands there chill, looking bored, while the leopard flails like a malfunctioning printer. One round, that's all it takes. The leopard retreats, confused and embarrassed, while the honey badger strolls off like a gangster who just won a bar fight. In short, he's not looking for fights. He's just permanently...
What a lucky day for this Lion King. He just stepped out and stumbled upon a baby hyena. Without hesitation, he snatched it up. Looks like breakfast is served. But the lion had no idea he was being watched. The baby hyena's mother saw the whole thing from a distance. Knowing she couldn't take on the lion alone, she rushed back to the hyena clan to tell their leader, the hyena queen. Enraged, the queen didn't hesitate. She rallied the pack and set off to confront the lions. On their way, they ran into a lone lioness out hunting. Instantly, the hyenas surrounded her and began a vicious attack. The lioness crouched to protect herself, but the hyenas came at her from every direction, biting and clawing. Somehow, she managed to break free and flee only for the hyenas to give chase and follow her straight into the lion territory. They caught up quickly and dogpiled her, leaving her barely holding on. But just when it looked like the end, more lionesses from the pride came charging in. Working together, they drove the hyenas off, but the threat didn't end there. The hyena pack refused to leave the area, circling, waiting for another opportunity to strike. Then, the Lion King returned. At the sound of his powerful roar, the hyenas scattered in panic. The injured lioness ran up and vented all her frustration, recounting everything the hyenas had done while he was away. Furious, the Lion King made a decision. This couldn't go unpunished. He gathered the entire pride and launched a full-scale attack on the hyena territory. Every hyena in sight became a target. The Lion King himself pounced on one and killed it instantly, while the rest of the pride chased down the fleeing pack. By the end of the battle, the lions had secured a decisive victory. The hyena clan suffered heavy losses, and even the survivors were badly wounded. From that day on, no hyena dared to challenge.
Y ataca. Lo tiene. Arriba, abajo, a Tángana.
Casi 300 libras a la lona.
¡Todo! ¡Sí! ¡Wow! ¿Qué fue eso?
2,5, compadre. Le ha montado la Yo creo que Undertaker tiene que estarse preguntando qué tengo que hacer para ganarle.
Aparentemente él sabe.
¿Será que a la tercera viene la benzina?
Posiblemente intente algo parecido a esto.
Ahí está.
Señor. No.
Creo que buscaba la tumba rompecuello.
El Undertaker cae encima del árbitro y hay un foul que el árbitro no ve.
¡Foul! ¡Directo!
Aquí son permitidas las sillas, pero yo no sé qué hubiera pasado si el árbitro hubiese visto ese foul.
Bueno, está en el reglamento que si no le pueden descalificar por usar la silla, yo creo que el foul no hubiera estado en la regla de descalificación.
Ahora sí utiliza con todas las de la ley la silla. 1, 2 y amigos.
3.
¡Hay un nuevo campeón mundial completo!
¡Batista!
Aquí tenemos al ganador. El nuevo campeón mundial pesado.
Han caído los campeones, el campeón intercontinental con McIntyre, el nuevo campeón, el nuevo campeón de la WWE, Cena perdiendo ante el guerrero céltico Sheamus, y ahora Batista es el campeón del mundo.
¿Qué es esto? Tyrion diciendo que no.
¿Pero qué es esto?
Damas y caballeros, perdonen mi interrupción, pero no hay necesidad de celebrar. Batista, tú y yo sabemos que la utilización de las sillas es legal en esta lucha por el campeonato mundial completo. Pero un foul no lo es. Y sobre todo, un foul que todo el mundo vio. Y no voy a permitir que el campeonato mundial completo cambie de manos luego de un acto tan reprochable y barato como el que hiciste. No, jugador, esta noche no va a hacer eso. Así que por lo tanto, como gerente general de SmackDown, dictamino que continúe la lucha.
Mira, a mí que me perdone Terry Long, los fanáticos del Undertaker, pero el árbitro es la autoridad, el árbitro no lo vio. Yo creo que aquí está favoreciendo Terry Long al Undertaker.
Y ataca Batista. Ante la doble, a la silla, se impacta en la cara el animal también. Se arma el Undertaker. ¡Toma! Tremendo silletazo en la espalda de Batista.